Hey folks, Malforian here and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be covering Dev Diary 117 Shave and a Map mode for Crusader Kings 3. This does pretty much confirm that we're not going to get any expansion, I guess teasers or even like a little bit of information before next Monday, which is the Paradox announcement show. I will be covering that on the channel, doing a video covering all the announcements there. So if you are interested in that, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and we'll find out about all that good stuff next week. But for today, yeah, we're going to see what Jens, I apologise if I butcher his name, or her name, I suppose, their first appearance on the forum. So this is one of the developers giving us a nice little update on some things that are coming in the future. And there's some really good stuff in here. There's an amazing change at the end, which I've been asking for since I started playing this game. So I'm super hype about this Dev Diary. It's one of the best ones for that reason alone. There's some updates coming. They don't say when it's for, but I imagine part of the free patch for the next expansion, depending on when that's going to be. I guess if the expansion's a while off, we might get a little free update at some point before then. We're getting an official expanded Barbershop. So if you've never used I think it is called the expanded Barbershop. I can't remember exactly, but there's an amazing mod. It's always at the top of the list of most subscribed mods if you've never used it. It allows you to basically redo what your character looks like for pictures and things like that, screenshots, and kind of place them in places and things like that. It's a fantastic mod if you're interested in taking like screenshots for telling a story or whatever on a forum or Reddit. It's really, really good. Anyway, we're getting a version in-game itself. I think, is this a Matilda of Tuscany? Wouldn't surprise me if it was. This is Crusader Kings after all. Some things that never change. And yeah, this basically looks like an official version of that mod because you can change the hair, the clothes, the cloak, the headwear, the face items. There's also, you can change the scene as well, so you can change how it looks in the background. So one thing I actually totally forgot is that yes, actually if you make changes in the barbershop, they take effect in game. So yeah, actually this allows you to kind of customize your character a little bit more. You can wear kind of clothes that you'd rather wear rather than the cultural versions. You can change your hair however you want rather than the DNA version that your character gets. So totally passed me by at that point. But yeah, any changes you make here do affect how you look in the game in everything else. So this does allow you to actually specialize your character to look how you want. You know, you might be playing in Arabia, but you want your character to look Norse or something for whatever reason. And this allows you to do that. You can wear whatever you want. So it's a fantastic addition to the base game, especially as you know, when this does come to the console, when that happens, they're a little bit behind on updates, unfortunately. This will allow console players to kind of do this stuff, whereas before it required a mod on PC. So a fantastic change all around. I'm super happy for this. It's a really, really good addition to the game. It just looks so cool. And then they've got some other things as well. The second tab, you can drag and drop support for the portraits. You can click, drag, and place them wherever you want. You can rotate them 360 degrees. You can also zoom them 4 levels. So as you can see in this screenshot, you can set it up almost like the loading screen when you load into the game. It shows I think it's your character, your wife, and your heir, and this allows you to basically customize it a little bit and kind of show different people there. You can show, I think, anyone, yeah, from your family, from your council. Custom, I guess you can just search for a character and put them on there, so you could just randomly have the Pope or someone in there if you wanted to. But yeah, this looks awesome. And then one of the big reasons we place create stories and memories, as I would say. I took a deep dive into forum history and found out that some of you use the barbershop to relive past events between characters. This was what I was saying before. I know people doing this, is it AARs, like retelling of their stories in the game, and this allows you to just really quickly do that. Like the barbershop mod allows you to do this as well, but again, this is in game. You can just quickly do it, and then you can have like the setup of like how your realm is at the moment and things like that. And as you can see here, I don't think there's a limit to how many you can have. I guess there probably is a limit of some kind, but as you can see, this is the ruler, his wife, and then I think this is his entire court. Yeah, this is his entire court as well. That's really cool, being able to just have it in one place. And yeah, that's like an overview of what his court looks like at this point in time. And obviously you can mod this as well. They're just saying there's some cool mod stuff, and then there's a few bits to go, but really, really happy with that. Having an in-game version of the better barbershop is fantastic. So this is going to be Ray J. He's going to cover some map changes that are coming. This is where the fantastic change is coming. The previous stuff's good. This is amazing. And what we're going to get is a control and economy map mode under the additional map modes. And oh, they've actually got some icons. I don't think these have icons at the moment, do they? So I will get a little bit of update here. So the first one is control. Control map is very straightforward, showing you exactly what you expect. It spans from a dark purple, very low control, to a light yellow A slight lack of control, and a bright white shows where there's absolute control. So this is cool, because I think the only way you can see this at the moment is if you try to the control counselor task. I think that's the only way you can see control like this, like graphically on the map. And this is really cool because it does show the absolute control, which you get from the martial lifestyle. Correct me if I'm wrong somewhere, but I believe it's under the center martial lifestyle. For some reason, is it overseer? I can't remember exactly. But anyway, this shows it all on the map. This is awesome because you can at a glance see where you might need to do the control counselor task, or just, keep an eye on, like, if you're suddenly making less money, you can click on this. Oh, maybe I got raided. Maybe that last war, they did more sieging than I thought, and it lowered it. So this is really, really cool. This is an amazing change. And then the economy map mode is a little less straightforward, but we aspire to make it as useful as possible. The nebulous concept of economy is a bit harder to represent, but we decided that most of us thought it were key factors in making informed decisions. I wonder, and let's think about this, is this linked to the next expansion? Because they're obviously not going to tell us here, but why are we suddenly getting an economy map mode that's nebulous, a nebulous concept? Maybe the expansion is all going to be about improving how the economy works in the game, how land works in the game, maybe it's a hint towards it. Again, let me know what you think in the comments down below. We can discuss it, but I think this could be a little hint towards it. Why else do this? Because it is kind of nebulous. But anyway, this is cool. Again, just more information on the map. I think it's just, you can't complain about that. It's just so much better if you can see things on the map. Also, a little sneak peek to the best change here, as you can see on the map here. So this is south of France, and you can kind of see roughly how the economy works. So it looks like it basically just adds up the bonuses from buildings in this, as it shows here, the castle, the city, and the other castle in this county. I guess it kind of shows you, if you're trying to expand a little bit, maybe where you want to take at a glance. Like, oh, these are kind of money-making areas. They've upgraded the buildings in this area, so I want to take those first because then I can get that benefit. So it's quite good, this. It is a nebulous concept of economy, but I think at a glance, it just gives you more information on where you might want to expand in the future. Because if you're playing here, you'd probably want to go into, is this Burgundy? Provence? Marseille? Burgundy, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, here you'd be like, oh, maybe I'll go east, I'll cross the river here, and I'll start taking Marseille, because look at how good the land is there versus, why go into this land here maybe where it's a little bit more purple, a little bit less worthwhile having that land for money reasons. So all just fantastic changes. And then they've written down here how this map mode works, similar to what I've just been talking about. Basically, if it's yellow, it's showing high income, purple, poor income, and it's all linked to the castles, the bishoprics and things like that, how much money they're making. So yeah, basically exactly what I just said, they wrote here. So again, useful for planning conquest targets. So great minds think alike, obviously. And then here is the best change to the game. As I was saying, I'm not even joking, guys. This is probably the best change in a free patch that we've seen in the game since it came out. I've been asking about this ever since the game came out. We're finally getting a special buildings map mode. And as you can see here, these are all the special buildings, because I'm sure it's not just me. I found it so weird that there's loads of special buildings like mines, gold mines, and things like that in the game, but you don't know where they are. The only way you'd find them is if you happen to click in that, section of the county and be like, oh, there's an extra button here. I'll click it. Oh, I can build a gold mine. There's no other way to find them. Back when I used to live stream the game, I didn't even know some of the gold mines were on the map. I think we were doing the Mother of Us All achievement, and someone in the chat was like, oh, you need to make that mine. I was like, where? And then they showed me. It's like, oh, it's right here. There's a gold mine in the middle of Mali, I think. And it was just crazy to me that there was no way to see it on the map or in-game unless you knew where they were without literally clicking into every, part of a county and finding the right one. So, before you had to go on the wiki, special buildings wiki, and be like, okay, here it is, and now I've got to find that on the map. All that crazy stuff. Now, it's literally just going to be on the map. You can literally see, I guess these orange ones are ones that are built, grayed out ones are ones that aren't built, and I guess the ones with like this little warning sign, I wonder if you don't meet the requirements to build these. That's what I would imagine, because these look like special ones, like special cathedrals, temples and things like that. So they might be ones where you need to have a certain requirement. I haven't looked in game. I imagine it's something along that line anyway. But yeah, Something you no doubt have noticed is the special buildings are now shown on the map. Getting special buildings in your domain was always a fun goal for players to achieve, but now not only possible to see where they are, but whether you can use them, if they're already built, what they provide, and so on. So again, yeah, you can just hover over them. As you can see here, these mining pits, these are special ones in the City of Gems, and you can just see, oh, this is what it gives. I can make it. I'm going to go take that land because I want that special thing. Because obviously, a lot of these give crazy good bonuses. Like that's 5 gold a month in tax just by having these. So definitely a target you'd want to take. But yeah, let me know what you think anyway. I think this is awesome. Like just being able to see these on the map. This should have been in the game, if I'm honest, since it came out or quickly afterwards, because I'm sure many people have asked for this, and it's fantastic. It's actually coming to the game. I'm not even lying. Best change ever. And that's it, basically. Just a little quick preview, some map modes, the expanded Barbershop, which is awesome, and then obviously going over again, saying next Monday, March the 6th, Paradox Announcement Show. We're going to find out what the expansion is, hopefully the free and paid part of it, kind of see what's coming up. I imagine we might get a dev diary like straight after it, or at least obviously on the Tuesday, giving us some more kind of overview as to what's coming. And then we'll obviously get, I guess, the weekly dev diaries until it comes out. So, but that's where we're going to leave it for today. So if you've enjoyed it, hit that like button. It helps other people find the channel in the future. And if you've enjoyed it and you're not already subscribed, I cover Crusader Kings dev diaries, I do narrative campaigns, and I play other historical titles on the channel as well. So if that's your kind of thing, hit subscribe, but we'll leave it there for today. Looking forward to Monday. I will be covering that, doing some videos, so we can talk about that as well on Monday, but we'll leave it there for today, and I'll see you in the next one.